Hey guys, come here. No, closer. You're going to want to stay to the end of this episode because we've got a free gift for you to help you re-energize and cheat-proof your marriage. Hey guys, my relationship experts right back at you. I'm Rob Hollis.
This is not Winona Hollis.
And we're going to talk about raw marriage.
Yes, we are. The gritty things about marriage.
Sometimes the beautiful part of marriage is working through the tough stuff.
It is.
And that is what sets your marriage apart from all the other ones that are out there in the world.
That's true.
And we're here to help you with that.
Yes, we are. Why are we here to do that? Because we are what?
We are certified and licensed Christian counselors.
Yes, we are.
And we have a passion to help you with yours.
Yes, we do.
So today, we're going to talk about how to cheat-proof your marriage.
Yes.
Yeah. Because you don't want. So how to cheat-proof your marriage? One of the things that happens in marriage is that you forget what you fell in love for, right? And the reason why that happens is because there usually isn't a specific thing, a specific point in time that you fell in love with your spouse. Mm-hmm. I mean, think about it. You didn't fall in love with your spouse because they showed up to your work with flowers one day. I mean, anybody can do that. Anyone can send their, what'd you call it?
Representative.
Anyone can send their representative ahead of them so they can act right and be everything that you expected when the real person is still back in their shell. Right? And,
yeah.
And then after time, the real person starts to come out and you're wondering, where did the representative go?
Yeah.
You used to do this, you used to do that. But the reality is that representative can't stay on duty all the time.
Nope. And some people think that is the case because when they bring out their representative and they don't bring out their true self, you got to keep up here. Stay up here.
Right. So I'm not saying that you can't have a lifelong marriage with someone you have spent so little time with. I mean, it happens all the time.
Yes, and I've seen a lot of couples that have been actually, which is crazy, 11 days, 2 weeks, a month, 6 months, and they've now been married for 20, 30, actually 40 years.
Beautiful
So
couples.
it happens.
Beautiful relationships.
Beautiful relationships.
Beautiful marriages.
And beautiful marriages.
Indeed. However, that's not the norm.
No, that's rare.
We also have known couples who have gotten together very quickly, uprooted their entire lives, moved into together as a newly married couple, and within weeks, things just fell apart.
Yep.
So it can happen both ways, and the question is, do you really know who you're marrying, or are you leaving it up to chance, right? So if you have gone ahead and taken those steps and you're now in a marriage where you're wondering, what did I do? No, that's not unrecoverable, of course.
No.
If you're both looking to heal and grow your marriage from a good place.
Pause. And work on the marriage.
Work on the marriage.
You both want to work on the marriage.
Indeed.
You don't want just, and I'm going to say this, you just don't want to marry somebody, just have sex with them. And then after that, if the sex not good, now you're stuck into this relationship, and this is a covenant relationship because now you are married, and now you're going to get out of the marriage because the sex was horrible. I'm sorry, I digress, but I had to go there. And we're back. Go ahead.
Well, you did call this raw marriage.
It is raw marriage.
Yeah, you got a little raw right there.
You're supposed to get raw.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Yeah, so when we're taking a look at our marriage that way, we're like, oh, things can be great if you both decide that you want to make it great. Mm-hmm. That might be a time where you want to lean on some professional counseling.
Yes.
It just so happens that we can help you out with that.
It does,
but we're not the only ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, find yourself a good counselor and a counselor who is going to base your marriage, help you base your marriage on the one who created marriage.
Oh, yes, most definitely.
Right? Don't go for the worldly marriage, because worldly marriages can be thrown out like an old T-shirt. But
that don't fit anymore.
Right? But holy matrimony, it's there for good.
It is.
It's built on solid foundations, and it's never too late to build a foundation. Sometimes you do have to kind of step back and be intentional about building it. So now we're back to talking about the representative, who someone was, and why you fell in love with that person. Usually the reason why you fell in love with that person is because they were doing something consistently. There was usually not a point in time where you said, wow, I just love this person.
Pause number 2.
What? Who?
What you just say?
Consistency.
Okay.
There usually was not a point in time where you just clicked on and said, hey, that's the person I want to marry.
Okay.
It usually happens gradually over time because they have done something consistently. You may have made the decision in a point in time.
Okay.
But that decision is based on the experiences that you've had with that person.
Okay.
And unless, of course, you're the 14-year-old me who I think I saw Kim Fields or whatever on Facts of Life and said, oh, I want to marry her.
Really?
Yeah. But, I had seen a few episodes of that show before I... Anyway. Yeah, childhood crush. Whatever. Anyway. So as
you digress. Okay, and we're back.
So whenever you get married, you do need to continue to do those things consistently. Continue to love yourself consistently. Continue to respect your husband consistently. It's not a matter of, oh, wow, I'm going to bring her flowers. I'll do it on Friday so we can have a good weekend. No. Just one time out of the blue doesn't really convey consistency, right? But
that is good also. No. I mean, just the spur of the moment, women love that. I am a woman, and I know a lot of women. Yes, I'm just saying, out of the blue, we like just to, just buy flowers, whenever. However, consistency it doesn't just mean with the flowers, of course. It means with everything. Be consistent. If you started off the relationship writing someone poems like once or twice a week, don't stop doing that. I had said this before, and I said this plenty of times in a lot of our previous videos that we've had and we've done, and just what I said before, and I will definitely say that even now to this date, and continue into the future. The best thing to do is never stop dating your spouse.
Yes.
And what I mean by that, of course, I know here lately it's been a few funny memes and stuff. It's like, well, you're not my girlfriend anymore, you're my wife. However, that is true, but you never stop dating your spouse. Whether it's the man, of course, dating the woman, and the woman dating me, back and forth, dating, courting, whichever word you want to use. You never stop doing that. You never stop going out on dates with each other. You never stop giving each other, especially if your love language is gifts. You never stop giving the person gifts. You just don't stop doing those special things for them, because that is being consistent. Now, also, I think you're going to talk about routine too, right?
Well, yeah, and I actually want to comment on a couple things that you just said. First of all, I wasn't meaning that you should not give your spouse flowers. I wasn't saying that you should not just show up randomly and give her flowers at work. That's not what I was saying. What I was saying is you can't rely on that sort of as a way to get out of the doghouse or a way to kind of spark a great weekend. I mean, if you haven't been doing the everyday love consistently, then the bouquet of flowers doesn't mean a whole lot, right? If I'm mean to you for the week ahead of time, Monday through Friday, and I ignore you, or I don't follow through.
Mean. I was like, okay.
Yeah, if I'm just, the ogre of a husband, and then I show up to work on Friday with flowers, there's actually something wrong with that. You really need some help if you're doing that. But be consistent be consistent in the expression of love. Maybe not in how you express it. Change that up. But be consistent in expressing love. That's what I was trying to get at.
All right.
And then when you said keep dating each other. And routine. Oh, wow.
When you never stop dating, like I explained to you earlier, never stop dating, and like I said, when the person told me that, I was just like, wow, that makes complete sense. Because regardless if you're working, the both of you, children, you should carve out a time where you don't have your children around. You go out on a date, and it's you and your spouse. And actually, when you're out on this date, try not to talk about things that will, don't talk about issues of, oh gosh, the house needs this, or the car needs this, or, even if you're doing a business, the business needs this, or the kids need this. When you're out on that date with each other, focus on each other. Go out and do fun things that you all like to do together.
But I have a weakness that I need to confess to you.
Okay.
And that weakness is that
Besides the cheesecake?
Besides the cheesecake.
Okay.
My weakness is I don't like to go out.
I know you don't, because you're introverted.
I'm somewhat of a hermit. I really do like to stay. If I could, and to me, a perfect weekend would be staying at home, maybe working on a few projects and making some progress there.
That's not
ordering out some food, sitting down and kicking back and watching a movie or a movie series. That would be great. That'd be awesome to me. When people think about going on a ski trip, what I think about is being locked up in a snow cabin by the fireplace and just snuggling for a couple of days.
You're gonna on no. You're gonna go on a ski trip just to be in the ski lodge and not even go out and go skiing, honey. We're gonna have to work the introvert out of you.
You could get me out on a snowmobile. That would be fun.
Okay. Sorry, we digress. We're back.
But here's the thing. Whenever you have someone like me, who does not have the creativity to, hey, if we go out on a date, usually it's, we go out to have dinner. And that's where the routine can be a marriage killer. A lot of times when someone starts to cheat, we said this is about cheat-proofing your marriage.
Cheat-proofing marriage.
A lot of times when someone cheats, it's because that person is bored.
Yep. And they are completely bored with each other. So to go back to kind of what he just said, when you have somebody, I'm very extroverted. He's very introverted. He does like staying within the four walls of the home. I need to run about the house half the time because I'll get stir crazy.
Can you imagine what COVID was like with her? Oh my goodness, she was about ready to.
Yeah, I really was.
And I was in my heaven. I was like, you can't leave the house. It was beautiful. Her,
no, it was horrible. It really was. Anyway, so what happens when you have, you got two different, you're like the extroverted and the introverted type of couples. Your extroverted person is going to find stuff. Trust me. We will look up on the good old Google and try to figure out what can we go out and do.
And then if the introverted one of you keeps saying, I really don't feel like doing that, guess what's going to happen?
Grab them by the arm and go and yank them out the door, throw them in the car. You already got the bags packed for them.
See, unfortunately, that would be the loving thing to do.
That is the loving thing.
It is the loving thing to do because you realize that, look, if I don't go, your heart is going to be hurt. And thank God that you are a godly woman, that you are a Proverbs 31 woman, and you're going to find a way to connect with me. You'll be very intentional about it. Unfortunately, some spouses are not that way. Some spouses will try, and the extent of their attempts are only verbal. Please come. I'd like you to come with me. It would really mean a lot to me if you would come with me. And after repeating, I just really don't feel like it, then they'll start to look for opportunities on their own. And it's in those times, it's your times of isolation. It's your times of isolation where the enemy will attack your marriage.
Yes.
Whenever you are separated from your spouse, especially if you chose to be separated, that's when you open up a crack for the enemy to come in and attack your heart from the inside out.
And that's what we're getting back to the topic at hand is to how to cheat-proof your marriage.
Yes,
yeah.
Indeed.
With that also being said, cheat-proof your marriage. So say, for instance, you do go ahead and plan for each other. You plan for, hey, let's go out on this adventure. Now, whether it's the husband or whether it's the wife, either one, because the wife could be introverted also. I've seen that situation too.
Yeah.
And I've also, it's like I said, vice versa. Now, what's going to cause the cheating part of it is if the husband or the wife, whichever one it is, says, you know what, I'm not going to go. And you've asked 100 times, go do this with me, go do this with me, go do this with me, go do this with me. And they keep saying, nope, not going to do it, not going to do it. And they're not even remotely even thinking about it. The other person, like you said, is going to get bored and say, you know what, I either do the adventure by myself or I'll find somebody else to want to go and do this adventure with me.
Yes.
Now.
Then what happens if I, as the introvert, agree, okay, yeah, we will go out on date night every Friday. But my idea of going out to date night every Friday is to go to the same restaurant week after week. I mean, it's a broad menu. For example, you love BJ's. They've got an extensive menu. You can go to BJ's, 50 times a year and have something different. You can go to Olive Garden 50 times a year and have something different. What if that was the extent of my giving in to her desire to get out of the house, keep going to the same place? You see, that routine, yeah, you're doing date night, but it's still a routine that gets boring for your spouse. You gotta shake it up. You have to shake it up.
I mean, you gotta do things like go bowling. You gotta do things like try to go canoeing again without, actually.
I don't know how you're gonna bowl with these numbers. I'm serious. I'm just saying.
Listen, Linda.
What?
So you're gonna have to you could do things like go bowling, really, and go canoeing. Try that again. We tried that. Oh my goodness, that's a total another podcast episode. Anyway, I mean, do different things. I see some people which we have not tried it yet, and we might try it. Just go throw some axes. Take me back to my country self.
Oh my goodness.
And I know you probably heard the accent a little bit. However, anyway.
Not me, right? And
you throw them and you try to throw them at the little target thing.
Oh, okay. But your spouse is not the target.
No.
Okay.
Unless you get in the way.
Like putting an apple on my head and trying to shoot an arrow through the apple.
It's not arrow. It's not doing the bow and arrows. It's the axe. And no. Okay, anyway. So you just try different things. I mean, like he was saying, to go out to eat. That's great too. Because we're foodies. We like to go out and eat and stuff like that. However, if you keep going out to eat all the time and don't do all the other different things, all the fun things that, you can do and stuff like that, you're going to be fluffy. Nobody wants to be completely fluffy. And you get to a certain age, the fluffiness don't fall off. You got to work it off. Okay. Anyway. And you were saying?
Yeah, actually, one of the things that I really abhor doing, I can't stand going shopping. I really can't.
I know you can't, but I love it, and it's my temperament. It says I love shopping.
And so, actually, it was just a few weeks ago. I said, honey, carve out the afternoon. Just give me the afternoon. I didn't even tell you what we were doing, and surprisingly, you did not ask. You just said, okay. And I kept alluding to, well, we're going to need to eat out. We're going to need to do this. And you started saying, where are you taking me?
Yeah. Where are we going?
Yeah. And so we got in the car and we drove out of town. And, it was just a shopping trip to a place that she hadn't been to before.
And the shopping trip was for him, not for me. I was like, I didn't know how to even react because I'm just like, you don't shop. So, which is, you don't have to go all the time, but I think this shopping trip was much needed for yourself because you have to come to a point, even with yourself, that you got to make sure that you most definitely have to take care of yourself. You really do.
I was going to go by myself. It was the following weekend that you went out of town for Father's Day weekend, right? And so I was going to go by myself, and I thought to myself, she actually would really love to help me pick things out. I hunt, she shops, and so she would enjoy the shopping trip, and she'd have the opportunity to get something for her trip as well. And so it was sort of instead of stay home and watch another movie, it was, hey, let's go over to the next town, do some shopping, grab a bite to eat, something that we hadn't had before, and enjoy the time in the car together.
And we did.
It was good. It was good. It was not elaborate. And whenever I say you got to do something different and shake things up, I'm not saying you have to do anything extraordinary.
Not all the time, but extraordinary could be fun sometimes.
You have to do something different. You got to break the routine, and that's the point.
Yep.
If you find something extraordinary along the way, yeah, go for it. Don't just say, I'm not sure I want to do it. You might really enjoy it. You really might enjoy it. In fact, we should put that together. We should put together a list of shake it up date ideas.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Shake it up date ideas.
Shake it up date ideas.
Yeah.
And we'll make it free, totally free. We're going to make it a free download. We're going to brainstorm. We're going to put this together, and we are going to put it out there, give you the link, and you can just go ahead and download it, no charge. And you're going to absolutely love it. I know you're going to love it. It might even spur more ideas. In fact, if you read this and you're like, wow, these are some really good ideas, why don't you shoot us back a message and let us know what some of your ideas are that you do to shake up the routine in your date life with your spouse.
Yep.
Man, that would be beautiful.
I mean, completely beautiful.
So yeah, I'm really looking forward to putting that together, and then we'll put together some of the things that we've done, and then some of the things that we want to do, and wow, the rest of our summer is going to be off the chain. It's going to be absolutely beautiful. Look forward to this.
I do.
Yeah,
I really do.
So let's go ahead and work on this now.
Okay.
I'm Rob Hollis.
And I'm Winona Hollis.
We're my relationship experts.
Yes, we are.
And we're here to help you make love last a lifetime.